I've been making music in my tiny home studio slash bedroom for about 4 years now. Everything's about to change. My roommates moved out, so I took their bedroom, and now this space has become just the studio. So I wanted to do a little super chill video where I show you how I'm moving stuff around, what I'm doing to make the space a better place to record and mix, and just generally be a musician. So, hi, if you're new here, my name is vanille. I'm a singer-songwriter and a producer and a film music composer. I'm excited to take you on this journey with me. There's a lot to do, so let's dive in. Guys, it's the end of an era. This is the last time I'm gonna be sitting here at this particular corner of my bedroom. I have acoustic panels, like 4 of them, mostly in a closet. There's one of them in the corner. I just didn't have room because the space is really small, like really small. I can't believe how much I've done from this corner of this room because it's really tiny. I'll do a little tour for you. All right, so this is my desk. This is my bedroom door. These are my hats. Every time I film, I have to get rid of all my coats that are hanging here and throw them. Right now they're on my piano bench. This is my bed right next to my desk. And if we spin around, there's my keyboard. Yeah, this is literally it. It is so small. So yeah, this is it. I've taken a little frequency response of how this corner of my room sounded this whole time that I've been working in it. We're gonna try and see if we can make it a little better in the next setup. And honestly, if I just have a bit more space to film and to make music in, it'll already be better. This is where my desk used to be. I think I want to get the keyboard to go to the left. We have room for a bass trap situation in this corner, maybe one in this corner. This thing is like protruding a bit. If I had one of those big desks that fits the keyboard underneath it, that might be ideal, because my keyboard is actually quite slim. It's like maybe this high. Maybe I should scour Facebook Marketplace. Removing my bed from the room made it so much more echoey. It's still actually not that bad. There's no flood or echo in here. This is an old apartment, so all the walls are not symmetrical, which helps. When you have like a perfect rectangle, the sound waves just get stuck. But we don't have that high ringing flutter echo sound that goes like boing, 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 boing. So that's good. Acoustics wise, I'm gonna do a frequency response test using the application Fuzz Measure. I think it's free for just like the most basic kind of test. You set up a microphone in your listening position. You do a sine sweep, so it runs through all the frequencies of the spectrum really loud, and it excites the room. And then you get the frequency response of your room, what frequencies are being attenuated and what frequencies are being overly boosted. I have placed some panels. I've just like propped them against the wall. And there's a futon, there's a couch in the studio now. So I own these 4 acoustic panels. Either I'll put like 2 behind my speakers on this wall, and maybe like 1 on either of these walls. But if I do that, then I have to really figure out a custom bass trap situation for the corners. Here's the frequency response for the position of the panels you just saw. Then I tested out having the panels on the sides of the listening position instead of in the corners, and did another response, and that frequency response actually looks worse, which is encouraging. Like, I'm gonna keep the panels in the corners. So I let the studio be like this for a while I did some work, because I had to finish this TV album that I did in the first days of the move. Honestly, I was enjoying having more space and more light, and being able to track in the main part of the room and not sort of huddled in a corner. Played some flutes, played some guitar for some film scoring tracks, just getting a sense of the feel of the space to figure out what needed to be done. Okay, so I have this new idea for the acoustic panels in the studio. I want to make 2 stacks of them to put in the corners to try and do some bass trap isolation. Right now they're just plonked on the floor, but I figured out that maybe if I stack them just 1, 1, 1, 1, and I connect them somehow so that they're like just one solid long corner trap, all I would have to do for them to stand there and not be a safety hazard would be to hook into the wall at the top and secure them at the top with some wire, you know, so they can't just come like falling down on me. But that doesn't need to be a very strong connection. I mean, it'll be strong, but I don't need to drill like crazy amounts because they're not going to be suspended from the wall. They're just going to be resting on the floor. So almost all the weight is going to sit on the floor. And then I just need a little safety so that it doesn't come tumbling this way, which it wouldn't. I need to find some sort of hook situation in my spare tool boxes. I actually bought 4 of these. It's the only thing I've bought because we didn't have anything sturdy to connect the panels with. There's a whole bunch of screws. I feel like these are gonna work for the wood. I've been to the store. I got some more hooks and picture frame wire to screw into the wood. I officially have everything I need to start this project. So we're just gonna do it by hand. This is me trying to screw in the hook at the top of the panel and then realizing I absolutely don't have the strength to do it sideways. So I screwed a pilot hole into the top of it and then I was able to twist the screw in. When you don't have the most strength, you have to be creative with your solutions. Like, everything's possible, but maybe you need to do like an extra step or use some tools. It's funny how it feels like half of this like studio renovation has just been me moving stuff out of the way. Like when you have a small space, that's all you're doing. I went ahead and made the second panel. Okay. Oh my god. I've just popped them off the wall. They're a bit leaned right now so that they don't fall before they're secured. But I might do a little sound check just to see if it does anything to the bass. I feel like it will be good. Right now the results won't be as good as in the future, simply because, first of all, I leaned them so there's a lot more space around them. Second of all, I don't have anything behind my speakers anymore because I used those to put them on top. So we'll see. It's just kind of out of curiosity. That's really exciting. I think that the bass frequency response has really helped out. I only took a very quick glance at the previous measurement and this measurement, but already it looks like it's a lot smoother, and I don't even have all the acoustic panels I'm gonna have in this room needed now to finish this project. We've done it. I placed the hook. I had to hammer in a nail first. It works. I tested it. It's solid. Now I'm gonna take some picture wire, this stuff. I'm gonna sort of measure out the length that I need, cut it, just construct it. All right, it's done. I'm pulling it here to show you that it is solid. I got all the way up there before I realized that I forgot to put a hook in the acoustic panel at the top, so I have nothing to secure it to right now. So I gotta take it back down and start again. Is it symmetrical? Kinda, maybe not. I don't know. I think we're gaining room because before they were totally leaned against the wall and now they're more flush. All right. I'm pretty happy with the way that these turn out. in the corners. I know that it's a bunch of space that you lose. And I considered getting some expensive actual corner absorbers, but they cost a lot of money. I already had these. This whole project cost me maybe $10 because of hooks and wire little plates that I used to connect the panels. So that's pretty good for two huge corner bass straps. There's an air gap. The way that acoustics works, it's basically the same whether you fill the whole cavity or you leave it as air. Sound slows down when it changes medium. So first it slows down when it hits the panel, and then it goes through, and then it exits, and it slows down again when it hits the air. And then it comes back, and then you slow down again when you go through the fiber on the other way. And so that air gap is actually serving a function in terms of the acoustics. You can put as much air as the thickness of your panels, and that'll sort of double the effectiveness of the panels. Panels straight against the wall don't work as well as panels that are a couple inches off of the wall, and these are a bunch of inches off of the wall. I did take a studio course back in my sound recording classes, so I do sort of understand what's supposed to happen in this room. I'm putting up some layers of these acoustic foam things. I'm not sure they're doing much acoustically, but it makes it look more professional. And it's in the meantime, before I build more panels, I'll just add them in and they'll do something for the high frequencies. I'm increasing their efficiency by placing them a little bit off the wall. I've stuck bits of foam that I had, then I'm gonna use some command strips just to fix them to the wall. I'm making a headphone stand for the wall next to the desk. I put a nail in the wall and then I added some air dry clay around it. I'm gonna paint it white and varnish it. It turned out really well. Actually, I use it all the time. It's super helpful having it there. I did a couple more little projects on this back wall, which I honestly haven't touched. I added this big panel for the high frequencies. It's centered on the opposing wall behind my listening position, so the speakers are sort of aiming at this wall. Eventually, I would like to build some sort of better acoustic panel situation for this wall, but for now, it is what it is. I centered the paintings that I have. Generally, I'm still sort of figuring out what I'm gonna do on that wall. Maybe add some shelving, maybe just do a bunch of acoustic panels. Definitely, I want to get more hooks for the wall for the guitars and basses. There's a lot of string instruments laying around the studio right now, and they're taking up floor space, which is just not ideal because we have a bunch of wall space that's not being used. And then I've been really thinking about the desk and the keyboard situation, and I think I might build one. But this will be a whole separate video if I end up doing it. I think that might be the best way to go forward because the materials aren't that expensive and I just don't think it would be that hard. Honestly, maybe I'm just I'm full of hubris. I mean, it's a desk, you know? It's like a slab of wood and legs, and then you make a drawer underneath to stick the keyboard in there. I think it would be amazing to have. They sell them for $2,000, which is crazy. I bet that I could make one for way, way less money than that. So that might be a project for next time. I'm getting really excited about it, so I feel like I'm gonna do it. Overall, I've really been enjoying this space. It has become the cat's room. I got a cat. Overall, I've really been enjoying using this space. I'm still getting used to some of it, facing the walls a bit weird, but I guess if I turn my head far enough, I can see the window. Filming is weird because the light is really strong when it's bright, so I might have to get at least a sheer curtain to cover up the window while I'm filming, but otherwise, the acoustics are better than they used to be. I definitely need a second monitor. I know, someone commented that I needed one literally 3 or 4 years ago. And I was like, this is correct. It's just my eyes hurt when I look at screens that aren't ridiculously expensive retina screens. So I'm fine looking at my laptop screen 12 hours a day, it's okay. But then if I work for 10 minutes on somebody's monitor, I feel like I can see all the pixels and it gives me a headache. The Retina screens are super, super expensive, so I'm trying to figure out how to work around that. Maybe I gotta go to the store and test out some screens. Anyway, I'm not gonna bore you to death with all my ideas for improvements, but definitely let me know what you think if you have some. I'm definitely interested in hearing what you think. If you have any suggestions, any ideas, let me know. Thanks for being here. It really means a lot to me. You guys are always so supportive. And I hope this format of video, I know it's a bit more like lo-fi and old school, but I hope you enjoyed it all the same. All right. Bye.